Faithful one, let me tell you who you really are. Not the version of you that's been worn down by years of waiting. Not the version that questions in the silent hours of the night whether hope was a mistake. I am speaking to the real you, the one I designed with precision before any of this difficulty arrived. I have been watching you with unbroken attention through every season, including the ones you most wish you could forget. And here is what I need that version of you to hear. Something is arriving. It isn't just approaching from some distant horizon where you can't gauge the distance. It isn't still being assembled in the background. It is moving toward you right now with the unstoppable momentum of a love that has never been deterred by obstacles. The provision that covers the gap between what you have and what you need is arriving at your home, in your relationships, and in the exact corners of your life where the waiting has been the most prolonged. I am telling you this because I want you standing in the right posture when it hits. I want your hands open. I want your heart less guarded than fear has taught it to be. What is coming deserves to be received at your full depth, not deflected at the surface. I know where you've been. I will not skip past the difficulty as if it were a minor inconvenience. It cost you something. It cost you confidence. It cost you that lightness of spirit. It cost you the ability to be fully present because you were always quietly bracing for the next disappointment. I know how the erosion of hope happens, not in a dramatic collapse, but in small, layered disappointments, until one morning you realize you're carrying a weight heavier than you ever remember picking up. I have been in the carrying with you. I was never an indifferent spectator. And while you felt you were just losing time, I was doing the most significant work of your entire life. I was building the architecture of your inner life. I was enlarging your heart so it could hold more than it ever could before the difficulty began. I saw you make choices for faithfulness on days when it offered no visible return. I saw you get up when there was no obvious reason to do so. I saw you kneel in prayer when your heart felt closer to doubt than to faith. Those prayers, the ones prayed while doubting, are the most costly and significant ones I witness. They do not dissolve into nothing. Every single one of them landed exactly where it needed to. Now, let the door open to what is arriving. Love is arriving at your home, not the conditional, fragile kind, but the kind that sees everything and chooses you fully. It looks like a shift in the atmosphere. It looks like conversations that have been stuck for years beginning to move. It looks like laughter returning to rooms that have been too serious for too long. Provision is arriving. I know the arithmetic that has been troubling you. I know the specific calculations that keep you awake. The provision I'm releasing is not the barely enough kind. It is provision with margin, breathing room that puts you in a position to be generous. It will come through channels you didn't open and from directions you weren't watching. This is deliberate. I want my signature on this provision to be unmistakable. This isn't just a transaction, it's a change in the conditions of your life. When blessing is present, the same effort yields more. The same work brings more satisfaction. I am making my presence more perceptible to you. You are going to feel less alone. The person walking into this next chapter isn't a diminished version of who you were meant to be. You are the version that the difficulty produced, deeper, more real, and more capable of holding the weight of this blessing. Here is your instruction for this new season. Notice. Practice the discipline of noticing the small evidences of grace. Receive without minimizing. When something good happens, don't look for the reason it won't last. Let it in. Give freely. Let the abundance flow through you to others. And most importantly, stay close to me. Don't let the comfort of the blessing create a drift in our relationship. The giver is always better than the gift. The fear that the promise isn't for you is a lie. The fear that you've waited too long and the window has closed is a lie. The fear that you've damaged your destiny with your mistakes is a lie. My plan for your life wasn't built around your perfect execution. It was built around my perfect faithfulness. The hard chapter was not the story. It was the infrastructure of the story. The story is what you are walking into now. You are seen. You are known. You are loved with a love that has no beginning and no end. The best part of your story is ahead of you, and it begins today. Welcome home.